Hey, you got a notification that I went live. Hi.
That's actually correct.
I know because I got the same notification as well. Hi, welcome everybody, I'm Takashi, and this here is Quill, the author of the story of Adventure in the TARDIS.
Vows.
Mouse. And here I am. Hi. Good morning. I have a slight headache. Hopefully it won't disturb too much. And I have saliva in my nose, so yay! I might be less. You might not be less able to understand me because of that. I might have a very nasally sound today. It almost sounds like if someone else was having a cold. There's gonna be a lot more cold feeling because of that. This is something I will have to deal with. So, we finished part 7, right?
Yeah, we
I
finished it.
think we did, yeah. And now, we are gonna go with Honor Among Thieves. So we are gonna look at Mr. Slow Jump. It might be a swift jump to you, but it is a slow jump to the pony button. Yeah, last time we seen him, he was running away from the situation.
From the Monomori end, yeah.
So we will see what happened after that. Perspective this jump. I wasn't looking forward to this. Return to the ascent empty road. I mean, we know that they already got the item. We planted a height for moon, and some of us put in meticulous detail of our thoughts. Myself included. And you still didn't have, you and others didn't show up in time, either. After that, the night finally came, and went, and we failed. Yeah, how were we supposed to know that the Monomori Inn was going to be haunted during the Princess Celestial stay in it? I mean, yeah, you can't really prepare for that one. I guess my memories of that event have left me feeling numb about it ever since. I got such an emotional impact by going from being totally unaware of anything like this to simply seeing that it should be impossible to exist. Yeah, that is very much sums up the TARDIS. Even though you never seen the TARDIS itself. I saw Ophelia melt into that 2D image with my own eyes. So I was almost right. That was a ruse. He didn't match anyone. It was just a mirage of mirage. That's horrible. I thought it was just a take from Take 6. And they were
Kind
working
of is.
together.
Someone was being tricksy that night.
Yeah, he had an assistant. That's all. My bad for assuming that his old daughter would be the assistant. That's horrible. All of this is made worse with me not knowing if the same happened to the princess. I mean, Mirage doesn't know his daughter, right? I mean, we don't know. But
She works at his hotel. Actually, odds are strong she does know Trixie.
so, in a sense, it is still possible that this whole so Trixie being Martin. You know, this was a move Philly who was Martin.
Yeah, that's possible. That's a form that Mirage can take that she can be pretty confident no one else has, because it wouldn't exist for centuries in this time period.
I mean, for all we know, Caitlyn's and this area and this timeline don't really invent their own lookalikes. They see someone and take their form.
Yeah, it's possible.
Now, if we were to be talking about changelings, then we know that they have their own preferred form.
Yep.
But not this time. I guess I will have some idea of her fate tomorrow morning, if I see the sun rise again. It's a haunting thought, that it really might not do so ever again. My endless run stuck in the night forever. It probably would be just as bad for another to be stuck in every day. I mean, I think, would it be possible for Celestia to set up a magical item that's not a job for one day, if she doesn't do it?
I know she can, because we've seen that in the show.
I mean, yeah, but it was needed to be operated. I'm pretty sure she will be able to do it with a timer. It doesn't need to be operated on its own.
Yeah, that's likely. I even wrote that in one of my other stories.
Yeah, so, in a sense, the sun rising doesn't mean anything. For me. It could mean that she was captured or anything like that. We know she's missing. She went, poof, into the air. What's there, maybe?
Yeah, but the Doctor's fate is just as unknown.
I mean, if you think about that, when the TARDIS is appearing or disappearing, that's literally thick air, right? But then also remember clear weakness to our had. The one time the death of another immortal pony. Doomed the entire world to oblivion. I mean, you assume she's immortal. It has never been mentioned if it's immortal or not. If an pony asks me, I think the princess needs way better security for all that. I mean, the Magi is literally the counter argument for immortality for Celestia. Because even if she is immortal, her mind isn't.
Yeah.
Thinking of all of this is why my emotions feel numb when I am at one of the hideaways for the right stand. No matter how much anybody yells at me for failing tonight's heist, it will feel like nothing to what could have happened tonight, or what might have already happened. No amount of punishment sent my way can compare to the prospect of harm on the world, beating to death, and the other side cooked alive. I will be taking over that prospect, except it's just too large, too overwhelming for my emotions to fully process, so instead I feel numb. The place I go to is called the Rocking Horse. Sounds like an inn or a vacation inn for that matter. It's a pub. It's a bar, a restaurant, and an inn all wrapped into one. literally all the things that I said.
Exactly in the very next sentence.
For right too. Just like I said, cheating. So the mercy should stay clear of it. You can leave. It can also underhide the enters for one of our mercies for the right sense. Ah, so you have different merchants. You work on this section of the city, you work on this side of the city, you work on trying to steal from the rich.
You know what that already tells you? It's very organized crime.
I mean, I immediately thought of the oddities from Sinbad.
Okay.
When I heard the accents. When I entered, I did a few secret members of the Red Sand give some acknowledgement towards me in the form of faint nod, ring, or anything a saying. They say fast. So what is the oh wait, isn't the big mark in the saying?
Yeah, it's called a stein.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I heard that word before. They didn't raise a saying in a different with different letters. They didn't force. I mean, they could have. You don't know that. Beyond that, the bar is a clamor of delicate activity with very little clientele. Same as usual. I order a room for the night, and the bartender, a light yellow brood. Give me my usual room. When I enter that room, I make sure to close the door, but I'm not looking. Truthfully, I can. I said, with the door shut, I can be sure the coast is clear. I then make my way to closet at the back, and open the ticket entrance that leads to Narnia. I mean close, to the entrance made in the sewers. What I am though, I am too. I said God give me a nod of acknowledgement before shutting the ticket door. Ah! So Mirage would have very easy way of getting in because they don't ask for password or anything. Because they know you.
It says the Red Sands Guard, but we already know that this is one of the part of the gang. It reminds me of a clip made by someone called Puffin Forrest who was talking about how vaunted the black market was at this one town he role played in D&D.
Yeah.
And in that place, they encountered anti-guards, which is like a police force that guards the criminal activity down there.
I mean, I wouldn't call them anti-gods. If I think about anti-gods, they are the ones that are watching where the gods are and telling others that, they are here, don't go there.
Maybe I should say anti-police then?
No, they are gods. They are gods
Okay.
for the medical organization.
Right.
They are still gods. You don't have to protect something good to be a god. I make my way down the limit staff, then down to the next tunnel of the sewers. You must head like the tunnel. It was a really nice tunnel. I know that's not what you mean, but
High five the Ninja Turtles along the way in.
yeah. I mean, he can't really high five. He can high hoof. I mean,
Right.
very quiet. Quite a ways before I reach yet another hidden door in one of the walls of the sewers. I pick up my umbrella and I tap this brick and that brick and that brick and then I took my love.
Yeah, good enough.
My fair student, I am immensely taken aback by the amount of celebratory activity from the rest of the Sand gang, who are already now there. Welcome to the offshore state. Oh, sorry, it's not offshore in English, it's
Diagon Alley.
yeah. Yeah, I remember offshore because that's what we had here.
Oh yeah.
Thinking me so short, I wander to the group while wondering what's going on. Many boys are rising stage, kicking them, laughing and hoof clapping to each other. Hopefully, some my back as well. I mean, the side is literally this, but wooden, right?
I think so. I also have to imagine it with a metal brace around it too to help hold its ring.
Yeah,
It might also be along the bottom edge.
it's a little better with the holder.
Yeah.
What's going on? I just to ask the group in the wonderment. Considering how loud it is out here, I'm surprised anybody heard me. Yo! This is Bam! The most want to see ya! Large line, large line blue brute over the earth for the stallions in front of me. I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't say it like this if it was a bad thing. I'm thinking back again before I double check. The boss wants to see me, personally? But he's never done it before. But now he will. The movement just choked and replied, well, he's not today. And he ain't a patient stallion, so we get in there. You know what's gonna be funny?
Oh, it'll be funny.
I'm assuming that he had never met the boss. If he had never said, I mean, he might have seen him, but
That's basically. Well, it's kind of what he said earlier, but he's never done that before. And what is that? See me.
yeah, but what if he never seen the boss by themselves? Thought.
Yeah, pay no attention to the man behind the black curtain.
I would laugh very much if it's gonna be the god captain.
Okay. Then I already laughed, proving how funny it is.
I group. This manifesting mood around here. I guess this is very serious. The most Lisa Robshaw, different name, yeah, hardly ever sees anyone in person. Usually he just stands out all that from some dark and remote corner of the city. Beyond that, what I know for sure, in the fortune of the right stand, through several offerings, several moons ago, ever since he became in charge. Nobody knows how he does it, but the right stands have never been more organized and successful before he was in charge. Me seriously and nobody to know, hardly anybody has ever seen him either. My point proven. Some even question whether he really exists or not. I mean, this doesn't really say anything, even if he sees you personally, it might be just a proxy. Because they do that.
That could actually be a group of individuals that's pretending to be the same individual.
Yeah? Here's his hand, Mr. Slayer.
Like, do you remember Mysterious Mare Duo episode?
I do?
3 ponies pretended to be the same pony.
Oh, yeah.
The Mysterious Mare Duo. It's just a possibility it could be the same situation here if no one's confirmed exactly what the boss looks like. All he knows is this Swifthoof knows is the guy's mysterious, and these Red Sands became much more successful since he got in charge.
I mean, yeah. If they are successful, why wouldn't you follow them?
Yep.
Despite all that, I don't know where to go to see him if he really exists. I mean, you definitely know because he asked for you to go there.
Hmm. Probably like this one door and room that he's never been allowed to cross before.
Yeah. It's dark here. Too dark. Indeed, it is so much dark here for an average body to see. Even if their eyes are adjusted to the dark. I mean, that mirrors wouldn't really have a problem.
Hmm.
The global lamps on the wall are very dim again. They are this light one. The light, one can read awful if it is hard about 6 inches from the lamps. Beyond that, it is impossible to read anything, let alone see anything. I mean, you are assuming that these thieves can actually read. Because that was a well-known thing that they usually didn't read.
Yeah, not everyone can do it.
Wait a moment. Can Aladdin actually read? Now that I think about it.
Can who?
Aladdin.
I don't know.
Because the
I don't know.
genie shows him that sign here, this is the context. But he never asked if he can actually read. Is it or not?
I don't know if that's ever been confirmed. Or if I have seen any evidence of it, it probably would be in the television show of Aladdin, and there's so many episodes. It's been so many years since I've seen it.
I mean, in the movie it wasn't shown, I know. So, well, for all we know, he might not be able to read. No, either.
The answer is likely at first no, but ever since he lived in the palace for a while, he had the chance to learn, and I don't know if he took it.
I mean, later on, I assume he learned.
I even think he would have been encouraged to read, but I still don't know
Yeah.
if it happened.
Yeah, so I assume, just like here, I assume that most of the thieves cannot read at all.
Jasmine very likely can, and so
I mean,
her father.
most likely, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I know her father can, because we have seen him read. He had trouble reading at the same time because he was being controlled.
It'd be funny if their pets could do it too, like Raja. Maybe the tiger could freaking read.
Yeah? I mean, almost probably can. Wait, no! Aladdin did read. The lamp, there was a sign there. Wasn't there?
I
No,
I don't recall. He was given a warning before he came
oh
in.
yeah, he was given a warning then.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter. They are not here. But I was just like, yeah, you are assuming quite much of the little thieves. Like as if you think it's very usual for everyone to read, right? Mr. Sultan.
If anyone could read in this gang, though, the leader of the Red Sands likely can.
Yeah?
Rare as it may be, it might have helped this individual to be that successful.
I mean, I assume that if he mentioned this, they would ask, wait, you can read? Where did you learn and when? I don't know, I'm amnesiac, remember?
If you could prove that you can, you got a promotion.
I mean, he would, probably. Racial relationships are pretty much the most anything I can see here at all, in that. This is where Mr. Selina likes to dwell, if indeed he is at all. Anybody who dwells in the shadows, is sick, and all the time doesn't feel natural in the silence. I guess I'm not so sure either, because I love to be full cut and love and in the dark. And all the lights being from the computer. I mean, now I definitely have a light on, so you can actually see me, and I have natural light outside.
I know. This misrecording in many years in the past does not prove your point.
I mean, when I'm recording, I make sure to use a light. Otherwise, it will be. I mean, it will be more like the Nightmare Night or Halloween episode that I was in.
I was about to say that. It's among the rare exceptions that you ever made.
That reminds me, it's almost Halloween soon.
Yep.
Also, I can be sure, but there's something off about this area. I mean, it is in a dark tunnel, you don't have windows, and it is dark, so
He did mention he went to the sewers to get to this area.
yeah. It is more than just a project site of my new from the Civil Wars. It's funny. The first time I heard this word was from the MLP movie, the old movie. When
Okay.
the witches were finding ingredients to make the ooze. I think I smelled a tank of blood as well, and on the hairs of my body standing up on end. In addition, I feel something dark here. I mean, you just said it's dark here, so. But if you smell the blood, tank of blood, that means it is there is some blood there, and it is quite recent. Well, this is ambient test, but in the energy test as well. If it seems there is something evil here, to most of the degree. I mean, to the gods and all the citizens, you are all evil here.
Sure. The sentence after this will describe how the character said this sentence, so I don't know if you'll imitate that. Probably not. Or maybe you'll argue that you already have. Go ahead.
Next up. We meet at last. God of an almost needless sounding sound. I mean, I don't even have to try to imitate that. And I said in the beginning. I can do the first time. Oh, we make a close. But I won't do that. Somewhere under me and my man hidden in the shadows. If this is our leader, Nathia,
I think you got it right, yeah.
he almost sounds like too much of a big talk to me, intimidating. Except there's a grand of sinister confidence in his voice. If he knows that he has an advantage that is so strong, he need not fear anybody who comes to him in the slightest. You know who I'm coming for. Oh, sister, we meet at last. When you said he sounds like a dog.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where you left off. After the
like-
word's latest.
Yeah. It's like talking to a tiny chihuahua, though. Who knows? He gets it shaped him into multi-sized ancient and powerful dragon. I mean, no, that's not how it works. The Chill Water are act like that even if they can shapeshift. I wish I could say the same, but it's too dark to see pretty much anything in here. I reply, oh, you foolish mortal. How can you not see in the dark? One can get used to it eventually when their eyes adjust to the dark. I mean, we have established that there is some light source, so you can get adjusted to it. If there's no light source, you can't see. Not
There was
even.
a emphasis on that last word there. Like, one can get used to it eventually when their eyes adjust to the dark.
So we have our. Wait. What if this is an actual one pony?
Well, it's been suggested that the Vizier can make spawns, and if he does, he can be able to control them too. And they'll get 10% of the Vizier's abilities.
I mean, it could be the other way around
Yeah, I guess
as
so.
well.
It could be. Could be.
This implies with the sister episode on the last one. And one can be too careful with this business. So can the intelligence tend to work best in the shadows. I mean, yeah. We have a counter argument, right? For that email.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring up a whole series of counter arguments. Let's go get later. I have not seen him work in the dark at all.
I imagine he could, but I've often seen him striking a crowd.
Yeah.
In the daylight at that.
No doubt. I agree politely. I think I'm holding my composure very well right now. All things considered. And then, I see your knees are shaking. Congratulations, I know that too, methinks. This here goes on with a very slimy edge to his tone. Well done with our successful, yet also unexpected complicated height. Successful? I congratulate. Doing so right now, in front of him, or opponent, might have been a more diplomatic and tactical move. Yeah, I was about to say that. But I'm just that confused. Like him. Oh! Is that why the gang is happening back there? Mrs. Wood took the princess at the store. Not exactly. We took the whole princess as a captive. Indeed. There's a son. Implying that unusual writing might be told. I must see a horse. I wish you should pay very well for the return of the natural treasure. Then a short pause before I go on to say. But I understand there were some unusual complications with the mission. Things we could not have foreseen. A ghost! So some of those in Mumbai Inn claim I about him. I've seen it as well. It isn't anything like us. I think us I've worked him before. And you are convinced that it's an actual operation, I take it. Let's send a little check. And why didn't you call the Ghostbusters then?
We're ready to believe you.
I don't know about that. That's a realization. But whoever this pony was, he wasn't normal. I could see it to him. Legends around him were also blurry, and he would attack others in a way I have never encountered before. Something about matting ponies he touches into flat 2D images of themselves, on the floor and walls. Living Gallery Phase 2, but only when one is not wearing a pony. Minor illusion. Interesting story, said the leader. This one I would normally call a flight of fancy. It wasn't you who was telling me this. Why should my bot have more head than you than any other in the gang? I checked. Because you don't have imagination. You wouldn't be able to get something out like this out of your mind. Because you are not like another pony in my gang, the idiot answered. I keep an ear out on the streets, and the stories I hear about you are like other ponies for you see. Also, don't misunderstand. I literally keep an ear out on the streets. I'm a zombie. I can take it off, put it on the street, and I can still hear it.
I don't know if you could play any music that you think might be good for scheming or something like that. Secret conversation or something. If only it wasn't copyrighted, there is plenty of music from Final Fantasy Tactics that would be great for this.
Yes, and
No doubt.
that's what I know. There you go.
Okay.
It seems that you aren't as guilty as other opponents in my gang. You actually care for them. You took after the other guys, which I think are admirable rather than about you. Really? Exceptionally, as I raised an eyebrow. Considering the organization you run, one would not normally think that you would consider such traits to be useful virtues. Yeah, they can grow up to be very weak, very poor men and women, or very poor police, and they can join the gang later on if you care for them. It used to be true, I'm sure. Back in the days when the Westends were nothing more than petty dogs, they returned. But in order to run his family, and then he steps in front of the camera, steps out of the shadow, with full suit and shadow roll. To become something more, to go to the next step, and require more and more ways of doing business. I mean, I have not heard his voice in English, so I don't know if he sounded like that. You know who I'm meaning, right?
Suspecting you're talking about The Godfather?
Yeah. I don't know how he sounds in English. I mean, it's possible he sounds like that.
Yeah, I've not seen that movie, but I understand the accent. I've seen that enough. And what he's saying is very likely similar to what The Godfather was saying, because he's talking from the perspective of organized crime. And for that to be accomplished, it needs a more evolved way of thinking.
I mean, there was a crossover in the video for that, that's for sure. There was a fool in there. If you know what I'm talking about. For every pony for themselves and isn't going to cut it with a truly organized crime. In order to take a larger role in society, we have to be willing to be something more grand than a petty criminal could ever be. We need police in this family who are interested in far more than their own self-worth. And fifth, I've been hearing mighty fine things about you in this regard. That's not to downplay your other contributions either. Even as an individual thief, you are pretty skilled. I know why are you so scared in theory if you were a Sultan before, but you guys have on you for far more than any other member of my gang for some reason. Yeah, I wonder what the reason is. I promised you that my gang would provide you some protection, and I never that on this one. But still, they are after you with an unusual amount of determination. So, I'm inviting them, where only you and I are. The door closes behind him, and the guards are stepping inside. Even on your own, you kept up as in one step another of the law.
Which was actually a chapter name earlier.
Yeah. You have paid your tribute too, and always on time. You never show no duty or pretend you already paid it off. Some fools have already tried that. Believe me. Keeping your promises actually be clear with you. Although among thieves, the keen, that some others may look down upon or scoff at. But to me, I see it in the virtue of one who is ready for the next level. For only a pony who can take responsibility seriously to serve them in the first place. Forgive me if I sound impatient, but
That's impertinent.
It's so hard sometimes when you should be sure or see. Impertinent. But where are you going with this? I asked him. I mean, I know what it would mean, but I have never heard the word before. Forgiveness is not required, for I see nothing wrong, he replied. In fact, I find it rather refreshing that you are courageous enough to speak your true mind with me. I can't tell you how rarely I encounter that. Most other police would bend over backward, kiss my flag, if they suspected that is what I want, and by me even willing to do it anyway, even if I don't request it. I mean, believe me, they try to do that while trying to seriously pick on my face. I guess saying up to others makes them feel more secure somehow, and I'm kind of enough to let them think at a time. Yeah, I'm not stopping them. However, when it comes to talking to two others, it requires another language entirely. So you talk to the other team members like, "Oh, how cute you are! It's a baby."
I think, yes, kind of, he talks down to them because he thinks they're stupid. When they prove cowardly or just a suck up, then he figures they're not ready for a more serious conversation.
Yeah. One that I have observed that the gunless cannot speak. The rest are no longer just a loose connection to a pretty criminal. And it is a concept that most police here can't seem to understand. In order to achieve that vision, one needs to work closely with an organized group, who are at least willing to some extent will decide between the person and work together towards a common aim. In order to do that, we need a leader with a grand vision, and not just for himself, but for the family as a whole. So I'm deciding you are gonna be my right tool for me. A Commodore,
Yeah,
if
well,
I will.
everything this guy's saying is like he's talking Swift up towards a promotion of some kind. And he's explaining why it's important. That also tells you what he values, what he considers important to cause success. And look what he's done when he has those traits. The Red Sands have been more successful than ever, and this is his philosophy.
He said a lot of things, but as I know all about thieves, he might be lying.
Yeah, that's possible.
I mean, I assume he knows.
In fact, it might even be likely.
Especially because he's a leader. He definitely knows that this move was the Sultan.
Well, if he's lying, then you can at least understand that it's what he's trying to convince Swifthoof that he believes.
Yeah?
That Nazer believes, yeah.
And you have fulfilled that role very well. I tell him as a comedy, and I can by acting in nothing. But conversation seems to be leading. Oh! I thought that he was continuing the conversation with that. You have fulfilled that role even though that you were not in the role.
You'll notice the end quote in the paragraph
Yeah,
above.
I know.
That's when he stopped. Okay.
And you continue that I tell him, so it's obvious. You are the reason why the restaurants have enjoyed the thing of success, and it has. Of course I have. But what is the leader without followers? He rests on me. I mean too. Just an individual pony. Seriously. I mean, yeah, it's your name. Exactly. He said, see, you get it. You have good enough hand on your shoulders to realize and respect big picture stuff. And I want to see that potential nurtured and grow. Even as an individual, you are quite impressive. But meetings, you can be something far more. You don't say. Your point? I tell him plainly. After all, he didn't encourage me to be honest about my feelings. I think you are well aware of my point. But let me be absolutely clear, just in case. There's a sun that is moves in front of me. I have no idea how he moved that fast. Mr. Zombie Pony. Or Vampire Pony. Was he in front of me? He didn't even get light enough for me to notice. He is a surprisingly lanky dark pale stallion, with white mane and tail. His face is not elongated. He is more at the top of his head, but at a short mane to the side of his head. Why there I'm not looking for the... He met a white sugar home. Which is different, yeah. That is rather easily avoided. So now from the Godfather, we are moving on to Caesar. More than another feature of him, it is Gibson's eyes that captured my attention the most. It could be my imagination, but they seem to have limited presence and glow to them. I made it up this family to be more than it ever was. And that's me, and he's the only part of me. That is a legacy that I wish to see endure, but I don't do that on my own. And the building that leans on only one support structure will eventually collapse. You need pillars too. With the bigger vision of the future. To make sure our good fortune lasts. To an end, and it's police who are willing to do more than think of only their own self-interest. I know you're doing some of your earnings to his orphans, and tell me that you are some of the equalities that I'm looking for. You are willing to rise above your own petty interests and put the family first. It is the family, and it's everything to me, yourself. Huh?
Check out the Discord. I sent you a picture of a character from the Dungeons and Dragons movie, which I felt there's an inspiration behind the appearance and even personality of Nazer here. And you can go ahead
Yeah.
and share that on the screen too.
You can't really move this.
Really?
There's a problem with this one.
Can you just go click to the link then from Discord, and then move it from there? Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, just this kind of slimy appearance, but also kind of sly, and a lanky but yet dangerous guy.
Why does he remind me, that guy remind me of this character from Dragon Age? Almost the same face.
I could easily see why.
Actually, he missed about his name. Wait, no. Isn't he? Wait. Is he Steph or she who?
So step.
Then I missed about his name.
It mentions it right above in the very first words in this chapter too.
It is the family that is everything to me, yourself. And only other pony who shares the same vision can see the legacy in the rush. I don't think the very short loop. We have very honest with you, sister. I really don't have many other options beyond you. I suppose Galo, who are very skilled and talented in other pursuits. For some, it might be weapons training. For others, it is good flyers or scouts. For some reason, I imagine the flyers that you put on the walls or give out. Oh yeah! Don't you put flyers with a Y? If you're flying? Yeah, that's a typo.
Would you check that? look that word up to see if it works too?
Yeah, flyer is an element. Wait. Oh, it's the other way around. The flyer is with a Y in the pamphlet, and flyer with an I in the one who flies.
Okay.
I thought it was the other way around.
Well, FLY by itself, it does mean to fly.
Yeah, so you use the right one.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't really use them as flyer. So, yeah. Some of them are very sneaky. Some are good at staying hidden. Some are good at living out a fair amount of action. But you are motivated to put the family first. As such, you have the quality that makes a truly good leader. For a leader has the wisdom to realize that any social organization is just more than its component parts. Only by assuring that they work very well together, can get the aim be accomplished. Yeah, I have seen all of the character sheets. Some of them have a lot of strength, some of them have a lot of agility, but you put your point in wisdom.
You might question his motives or honesty, but do you also agree with him otherwise?
Yeah. We know he has nothing to be a leader because he was a sultan.
Right?
Yes, but you have that too. I remind him. Do you simply want me to be a backup? A second in command, perhaps? For the moment, yeah. But eventually more. Lady answered. For you see, I originally planned to retire in luxury. Looking at the celestial twilight. Maybe buy a palace on an island somewhere, to be surrounded by a box of mountains in the night. Resting a year's fortune and its old challenges and an amusement. But eventually, I want to expand it. I want to know what it's like to relax to the level of the accumulated fortune. When I do, however, I want to make sure that the throne of the West is passed on to what is successor. One who is capable of keeping up, or even further propelling our good fortune. Because it is the family they care about as well. I cannot fully relax and retire until I become certain they have left this organization in good hands. Very few can do that too, so I keep a very close eye on the few that can. I mean, this is gonna be a very good experience for people if he gets his memory and thrown back. Because he will know all the harder spots.
Can you imagine him turning this business into something more legitimate too?
Yeah.
And successful?
I mean, most of the ones who are poor and go for stealing, they do it because they don't have the ability to get a job. They are good at some things. They would be have, but they don't. Then it's not enough good job opportunity.
Yeah, typically yes.
I mean, they could be better guards probably than the ones now working for the media.
Yeah.
I mean, they were.
Former criminals can make excellent police officers if they can be honest enough to do their duty, because they will also know how the criminals think and how to find the weaknesses in the system.
I mean, just think about that. neither unable to catch one pony.
Right.
So you joined this family for the first time. That answered one of my questions, which I had before. If they told him that, you were part of this before, you just don't remember, or he just joined after the amnesia.
Now, right there, he said you joined this family recently.
When you did, I told you, however remotely, that this family would be here to protect you, so long as you remain loyal to it. You did that, and I think you even went above and beyond the call of duty. You went into modern warfare. Because you protected and proclaimed Dark Lord, we are able to protect you, and others like you, and all the more. By setting the family, we can do more for the family, and in the vision, the trajectory continue. I also think that if you are willing to pause on one, and then think about this with all honesty, who else would make a war more successful or vision than you? I mean, if I didn't see the last episode, the last chapter, I would probably start to think that maybe he actually not in the whole shebang of working with the media. But he is, because we know that the whole plan was originated from them to steal
Well,
the meme.
if that theory holds up, then can you also see why the Red Sands have been so successful lately?
Yeah,
If they're secretly working with the Vizier, then they can cooperate with each other for mutual benefit. Uh, and on the other side, the flip side, the official guards that's supposed to be protecting the city are now ignoring some of the crimes, especially the slave trade.
yeah.
And add to that, everywhere Swifthoof goes for criminal activity, as long as the gang knows, somehow Grimwald finds out. So, but if there's
Somehow.
someone in this organization that's cooperating with the Vizier and all of his allies, that would explain why they are able to keep on tracking Swifthoof down. And yet, every time that Grimwald chases him down, he never successfully catches him. Just chases him.
I mean, you know my theory about that.
Yeah, right.
If you were standing in my place and eventually plan to retire, who else would you promote to take your place? I know you care for this family, so you are among the very few who will possibly give a worthy response to that question. I see your point, I conceded. This law among thieves is common enough to consider a shape, and for your reason. But for the few who have matter vision, like vision, more can ultimately be accomplished. We are more than the sum of our parts, and I need truly good leaders who can hold all of this together and do it for the right reason. So what do you say? And he ended, they said wonderful proof to me. Can I count on you? I mean, it would be foolish to say no. I started to look for a second, then I looked him right in the eye, and I say, the fact I take my promises so seriously is also why I'm reluctant to make them. I don't know what the future holds, and if it includes something that makes such promises difficult or even impossible to uphold. The fewer promises I make, the easier it will be to fulfill them, all, and with true conviction. This wolf continues to be hard up to me, but look sadly, it hears me. A fair point, but extras have needs. Do you care for this family? Is there was any way to make us stronger? Is it a possibility that you would think? If the answer is yes, take my oath, and we will share this fact. Strong word. It's basically what I do all the time. I consider this proposal for a woman. I left my own wolf, and I don't see him yet. Before I do so, I tell him. I wish you wolf, so there's an understanding between us, then there is no action plan yet. I need this promise to be loose enough to be flexible towards any opportunity. I might be willing to consider leadership someday, or perhaps some other path, or even one we haven't discovered yet, will be more ideal for the long run. For now, I will agree with the fact that I agree with the general plan and the vision of this family. I do indeed care for it, and therefore shall do whatever it is in my power to let you and promote it. It is enough for you now. Mr. Attorney. I do believe that this whole thing, this whole fact was literally to tie him down to the organization. But he figured his way out with this.
To be the leader of a gang instead of the entire city.
Yeah.
Kind of the opposite role that he had before. But, as that paragraph tries to establish, because he takes his promises seriously, he also tries to make them very carefully.
Yeah. He is definitely one of the guys who raise the fact of terms and services. I mean, we established that he can read.
Yep.
There's a Noopsy tooth, this state again. And the analysis problem. We have an accord. Well, madam, I agree, as well, the person to shake his hoof. And as soon as I do, I am immediately met with a huge download of information, and most of it is not good. I will later need a lot of time to sort out all of this sort of depth of information. But what stood out to me the most apparently was why Nathan was so confident this whole time. For he is no longer fully mortal anymore, or indeed not a fully mundane body at all. He had become something more, something supernatural and dark. And all of that will began with here of the city. What this particular hoof came of. Funny enough, that I think about it, his ability is literally the same as Wesley Adams.
I did not understand that word you said, but I guess it's the name of a person.
Yes.
Perhaps a person I'm not familiar with, which would be another reason why I didn't understand what you said. If true.
You probably knew.
Okay.
No, Wesley Adams. From the Adams family.
I've seen the first season of it. She had that ability? I guess so.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, her ability doesn't go back to the past, she's in the future. But the same way.
Wait, I do recall that. In multiple times she saw some disaster, some, like, accident or death that the person will have. They touch.
I mean, yeah. She doesn't really see happy things.
Hmm.
It's close but not the same.
Okay.
By becoming a spawn, and therefore also a pawn, who the specialization has become, it means these two are in cahoots with each other, and their plan, all along, has much to do with me. But they don't know about your ability.
Right. In fact, that's about to be mentioned a little later in this
I mean, we
chapter.
don't know if this ability actually awakened when they broke your horn.
Yeah, possibly. Or strengthened it.
Yeah? I don't fully know why yet. But it has something to do with corruption and revenge. I also get the feeling most of the Italians know who I really am before I lost my memories. I keenly feel that Nasia has become a natural monster. He does have no supernatural powers about and beyond normal kid now. But it comes at a price. To maintain his dark side, he must gain something from others. Whatever that something is, it is something in the last of a lot of ponies. And in this very room. No wonder I can offer rice in this room. I mean, if you said no, then you will be one of them. This doesn't really care for the family either. All he really wants is for me to reach his face, so I become as cross as him someday. When the time comes, I must even be offered some dark transformation. Either that, or it will be forced upon me. I mean, yeah, usually it is forced, because after that you willingly following every order.
It can be forced, and it can be offered.
Yeah? He was, however, lost about entirely luxury eventually. In the meantime, he is resting the power and authority he has over others as well, as the unnatural advantage he gained because of one another. That some dark gift is exactly why he's keeping himself in the deep dark shadows. Also, he learned that they are weak to sunlight.
Uh-huh.
Although he stayed hidden like this was to make his transformation, and therefore his new unnatural advantage less obvious. The more progress he made aware of that, the less prepared they are to counter the full scope of this new dark gift. They never knew about my exercising gifts, they said. No, which is why he didn't avoid shaking my hoof. He had no idea that allowing me to touch him, or not something but the objects from him, was suddenly reveal a lot of his dark past to me. I mean, he would be a very good detective, right?
Oh, he could be. Yes. Yeah. If you mean Swifthoof, he can be a very good detective because of this.
All he will need to do is touch the victim and, you are the murderer.
Not that I've seen this either, but I heard that there's a premise for a person who pretends to be psychic, but he's actually just a really good investigator. It was called Psych, I think.
Uh, from the yeah? It is most fortunate for me, then, that I get this chance from the rest of the family. I mean, if you didn't, then they would know about it.
Hmm.
What about your friend, Red Star, though? Does he
Red
know?
Star, I think he does. Um, but I don't think about it. I kind of forgot. Actually,
I mean, it
he
was
was.
probably never
He,
mentioned.
it might have been, but all right. Just continue.
One never knows exactly who to trust, or who will later stab us in the back. As he said, although among thieves, it is a rare thing. And although among vampires, it is even rarer.
All right, so there you go. There's the snitch, the leader of the entire gang.
There you go. A monk! A monk! There you go. How did I write ooh instead of N? It's not even close to each other.
Well, all I know is Trixie's always watching in the background there.
Yeah? He's a mirage.
All right, so what did you think of this chapter?
Okay, we had a lot of information that most of it was actually I wasn't gonna ask if you haven't written down. Like when he joined the team guild, when he received his psychic ability, and have she ever seen the Morse? Which we know now that no, not until
Towards
now.
the end of the chapter, there you also learned that Swifthope has been careful who he's been informing about that ability to.
Yeah, we may see if he was careful enough.
Hmm. So, here we got a chapter with a corrupt messenger, but with a pure message. It is. There's honorable things he's saying, if only he actually meant it. The only thing that Nazer ever said that was actually honest was retiring in luxury.
I mean, yeah. And he was someone he can trust.
To take over the guild, which really sounds like it might have been the Vizier's plan too. I'll put my former enemy, rival, in charge of a criminal gang.
Yeah. Nobody would believe a thief.
Right, recently after he lost his memories, the Red Sands have approached him with an offer. They will protect him from the law if he joins their gang. So, you see how he got swiftly swept up into all this.
Now I have a very stupid theory. Why the Wizard are
And
not killing the
ever
Sultan?
since Swifthoof has been part of the gang, he has dedicated to himself with honor and distinction, rare among thieves. And now you understand why. You understand a little more about the pony he used to be. In fact, at this point, you understand him better than he understands himself.
Yeah.
He didn't
No.
learn he didn't learn all the secrets like his own past from Nazer because Nazer doesn't know that he used to be the Sultan. If he did know, then all of a sudden Swifthoof would learn that right now.
Ah. So that's why his name is Nato. Because his voice is Nato.
Well, it's like Pony Nay, Zer.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of naysays here.
But yeah, now I have a stupid theory that the Vizier's ability of darkness actually relies upon the Sultan being alive. Otherwise he will just kill him.
That could be. But if it's true, then we have to find out how there is a tie between them. What we can see already is a rival that used to be in the way of greater power but also a crime of passion, because he loved Arielza too.
A crime of passion and the passion of crime.
A crime of ambition and passion. And those are not necessarily the same things.
I mean, the question is, who is above the vizier? Because there has to be someone who tells him.
That would be the parasite, the symbiote. When
Oh
it came
yeah,
to the world,
oh
it had
yeah.
to infect some kind of the host, which makes him the original, the Grand Vampire Lord.
Ah,
Kind of, sort of.
that's why he can have his own feelings here.
The only one that might be his boss is the symbiote, for it's got its own consciousness. And it's, above all, the most dark one here. At least in this scenario. Unless you think the Master surpasses it.
Why does this movie come to mind when you said Symbiote?
Eddie Murphy and Ed Murphy.
Why is
Okay.
it not zooming out?
In Eddie Murphy. Okay. I don't
I
think
can
I've seen
see.
that. Alright.
When living Eddie Murphy, the original Eddie Murphy is just a robot that is being controlled by this little small one.
Okay.
I mean, that is kind of what happens here, right?
In this particular arc, this is not my favorite chapter, but it does have some very important information here
I was
that
about to
drives the
say
story
that,
forward.
yeah, it
Yeah,
has a lot of information.
it cannot be skipped. All right.
I mean, it can be.
But
Ah, we are skipping it. I'm deleting this
but
episode.
it does lead to a lot of interesting things that you learn about. You learn about the gang. You learn about the leader. You learn about his motives. You learn more about Swifthoof too, and his reaction to the Nazar.
And I know that the house is in Narnia.
Okay.
I mean, that might mean she was in Narnia as well. Who knows?
Just because it's a closet, you got it.
And the next one is gonna be some Revelation. Which I'm gonna copy right here.
It's called Daunting Revelations.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is daunting to begin with.
I think you can already understand why that chapter is called that, if it continues to take place from Swiftfoot's perspective. Because after that bombshell he learned at the end of that last chapter, he's really got some thinking to do.
I'm curious why his boss doesn't know who he is. Why he doesn't get the info of who I am.
And the doctor's not approached him either yet, but
Yes.
he's already intending to, for at least two reasons. Because he's learned from Celestia that it's actually Nanpor, and he also further confirmed that from the Master. And that really did change the Doctor's plans. He was planning to take the spotlight and become the main hero of the story. But then he learned there's another important player involved in this scenario, and he's like, okay, I gotta recruit this guy sometime. So that's still coming up, maybe in this chapter, maybe something beyond it.
Yeah.
So,
And we know that Celestia and the Doctor disappear together from the scene of the crime. So they might be both coming to visit him. That's not
that's quite
about,
possible. So. Well, if they do, they might have some daunting revelations to tell him.
Yeah. I am your mother.
It's not true. That's impossible.
How do they? No, they. So yeah. In Saudi Arabia, they don't choose icons and princesses and princesses. And then I assume the princess here isn't like on either. I mean, we have not seen her. But
Oh, you mean Princess Arielza?
yeah.
Yeah. Um, just on the title alone, she has a chance to be, but that's not assured.
I
It's
mean,
not even likely.
we can quote the Celestia on that unicorns don't born. They have
Yep.
never been born on their own.
Right.
Which is not lie.
Yeah, so far Arielza's been in the background of the story. Kind of more like the motivation from someone else's perspective, instead of her taking the stage so far.
I mean,
And but let me check with you on that one. Do you predict that before this arc is done, Arielza will take a more prominent role?
yeah, and now that I think about
You do
it,
think?
it might be
Right.
the reason why she was still alive.
Okay.
If you keep him alive, I will marry you. Type of thing.
Right.
That might be the arrangement that they had in the video. That okay, sorry, I will marry you, but don't kill him, please.
That if you're right, then there's true love behind that relationship too.
Yeah,
Between Arielza and Nanpor, that is.
I mean that's definitely is probably.
Okay.
But I will definitely know that he is that guy when he sees them.
Okay. So
Unless he has
today's
been turned.
now that's quite possible considering.
No, I don't think that's possible because Lydia wants to marry Oriana, not her spawn.
Uh, I don't. I don't know if you think there's any clue or not, but the Vizier actually attacked the Master for bad mouthing Arielza.
Yeah. That's why I think that she wouldn't turn Oriana.
Hmm. Okay.
So that would be controlling, not actually having a wife. They wouldn't have feelings in it, even though this doesn't have feelings in it either.
You could be right. If real love is his motivation, then yeah, he'd probably want to earn her affection instead of stealing it.
But yeah, we will have this revelation in 2 days,
Okay.
and I am leaving.
All right. Uh,
And
after
that,
the video, I did bring something to you on Discord. We might be able to watch together, but then we could just take off after that.
yeah, okay. Also, Rex, why are you there? It is. You should be working today, wouldn't you? But yeah, thank you again for watching, and as suggested, I am running. Bye bye.
Bye.